This is Mark Wells with Mugley Enterprises. I'm fixing to have a kiln opening. It's the first one I've had, or it's the third one I've had in the last couple of months. And going to open this up. It was fired to cone 6, and it was not held. It was fired up to that temp, and then it's taken down and held for, I believe it's around 25 minutes, something there, at a little over 2,000. And then it was let cool naturally throughout. So anyways, I'm going to turn this around. Hopefully I can get this adjusted to where everybody can see it as we go. And so here we go. Get this adjusted down. I think that's going to be probably a good spot. So let me get this open. It's fairly cool, so don't really need these gloves, I don't think. That's always a good idea. There we go. I don't know what's in here. We're fixing to find out. All right. Well, the top actually looks pretty good. So these first items, I had several things in here that was some tests on some that some glazes and such, some new ones that I just made. And I've been looking for a good white, and I believe this one will probably, it looks like it'll probably do the trick that I'm looking for. And there's a couple of others here. Trying to get a new blue. Actually, trying to get one that matches, because some of my components I've got in my glaze that I've made in the past are not available anymore. So these appear to be fairly stable. All these do. So that's a good sign. Let me set this over here. All right, some of the things in here. The first item I'm gonna pull out of here is a berry bowl, and that turned out quite nice. And so made a few of those in the last couple of kiln unloads, and but they turned out quite nice. That one did. I've got some bases, or little bowls that go under them. These will sit in. So we got a few of those. And so let me set this over to the side. We'll pull that stilt off of there later. Here's one that's for what I call a dusty rose. And here's another one that one of the little plates that go under for dusty rose. This glaze here I call agate, and it comes out pretty nice. And that was what was on that one berry bowl. It was agate. All right, a couple things in this kiln right now that I have not made in quite some time, and which is kind of the namesake of the pottery, but it's Mugley. And these are coffee mugs, and they're high fired, they're dishwasher safe, microwave safe, oven proof, all that kind of stuff. And so these are the first that I have made in many years, actually, and it turned out pretty nice. This I believe is around a 12-ounce mug, and here's a color that I just put together, one of the new glazes, and it's I was looking to make an oatmeal, and or actually this one I believe is kind of a cream, and it's got pretty nice breaking throughout. So bit on the yellow side, but it still looks pretty nice. Put that down here. There's another one of those. Some of these coffee mugs, what I did is I weigh my clay as I go through, and like this one actually was probably around 400 grams and thrown. This right here is right at 10 ounces, that size with 400 grams. So I decided to up it a little bit, and now I'm throwing with 500 grams and to get the 12 ounce. This glaze here is one I was just mentioned a moment ago. I was looking for an oatmeal, and this has 10 in it to get that opacity, and I think I kind of like it. Actually, turned out pretty decent. So let me pop that over here. Here's another. It's a light blue. And I'm trying to, like I say, I'm trying to get the blues stabilized again on the various colors, and which I think it's coming pretty close. So these look pretty darn nice. Okay, and see, you can see the difference in the size as they're sitting here. Well, there you can. One's a little smaller than the other, 10 ounce, and this would be a full 12 ounce. All right. Now here is a couple of tea bowls, or it could be tea bowls or what I call espresso mugs. And so that turned out nice. This is what I call a warm green. It's got a little design on it's actually some oxides is put over the glaze itself. Worked out good. Let me move some of these out of the way. And look at these. Alright, there's another white Mugley, and this one's a blue. May need to refire that because when I glazed it, I forgot to get the glaze all over this. So I may refire this one and make sure I get glaze as it should be. This one has a little spot in it, kind of like the mug, but overall, probably need to refire. Got a little crawling on that one. So when you make small amounts and you're dipping and you're having to brush at the same time, sometimes you get places a little thick, and that'll tend to make it crawl. So I've got 2 or 3 here that's got a little crawling on it. And there's another. So there may be more down in there. We'll see here in just a moment. Now, another thing that's on this top, see, probably you can see a little bit of this. This is another item that I have not made in quite some time. And this is a Mugley incense burner. You slide a piece of incense in there. And so haven't made those in quite some time either. And I've got several in here of these. I believe most of them are right here on the top shelf. I'm using some different clays now, and these seem to be worked out quite nice. I also put a little bit of, tried to see what I like. I used to not do that. I used to only have the little pieces of it would be glazed, but this tray itself not glazed. And so I glazed these. Not sure if I should glaze that tray or not, and that's something I'll have to think about a little more. think the clay color worked out quite nice on these. And here's some more Mugley incense burners. I need to do a video on how to make these. And like I say, quite a few of them, more of them right here. And the last one, now here is another tile. Need to check on which one it is. I know that I've got some teal in this one to get that spotty look, and really like that glaze. So that may be what I kind of default to, the white on that. I'll have them both, but I may default to that one. And another blue. This one was looking for a good navy, and that is pretty close. Getting to be pretty good. I believe that would be a good one. Keep. I'm going to stop this just for a moment and pull the shelf out and get to the next layer. All right, everybody, we're back and we got the next shelf down, and we will pull out here. It looks like we've got quite a few of the Mugley coffee mugs and some more incense burners on this level right here. Let me get these stilts out of the way. Let's see what we have in here. So some more trays that go under. Oh, now this is what this is this right here is a, you say, what in the world is that? Actually, it's a olive oil lamp, and you put a wick, 4 wicks in it, and put some olive oil in there, and it gives a nice little, kind of like a little oil lamp. Sometimes I make these, it's just with little bits of clay left over, and they work out. They don't give much light, but still, it's a good ambiance. Okay, layer, of course, we've got a few more of the Mugley incense burners. And so, different colored hats, different styles, and things like that. It's one thing, kind of look around and say, okay, well, you know, there's a hat. Okay, that's more of a Western style. Another Western style, kind of floppy hat. And getting towards winter, so we start making, you know, I'll put on some of these type of hats, knitted caps. So anyways, everything's different. So all right, and let's pull some more of these out. Here's a blue wizard, actually, and nice little coffee mug. This again is around probably 8 to 10 ounce, more like 8 on this one. Looks like. Some more of the coffee mugs. And more coffee mugs. Lots of coffee mugs, or quite a few. Different styles, different colors. And you see I've got a lot of blues this time. Blue's fairly popular. And now this is I mixed some clay. I was hoping this would be blonde. It's more of a, I guess it's a yellow blonde. So and oh, that's nice. A purple. I have some purple clay mixed. I didn't know how that was going to come out, and that actually turned out pretty nice. That purple on the clay. Move these way. And these. I'm going to take these gloves off. Everything seems to be fine. Some of this, like I say, when I mix this clay, it is, mix the glaze. I wasn't sure how it's going to turn out. And so, but I put it right on the kiln shelf, and there's a small layer here that don't. And the glaze actually is very stable, which is very pleased with. A little crawling on that one, so that'll have to be fixed. Another tea bowl or espresso, coffee mug. Oh, the brown turned out pretty good, light brown. Here's another tea bowl. Like this, the way that glaze went over this one, that's turned out quite nice. And more of these, and another one, and another. So, got a few here. All right, a couple other items on this shelf. Didn't know how these are going to turn out. I was looking for a matte glaze, a red matte. That one turned out real matte. Okay. This one, I wasn't sure how it's going to turn out, but it actually turned out, I don't know, actually, even like if it was thicker, it could be turned into a Tanemaku type. So, and another textile. This is actually on one, it's a transparent, and so that worked out pretty good. It's a little spotty white throughout, but overall it's a pretty decent glaze for looking for a transparent glaze. I'll finish unloading these and go to the next level in just a minute. All right, we're back. Had to do a little readjustment on the camera because you can't see down in the kiln. I got the other shelf out, and in here I have what I have here is a bacon cooker, and so just made these so you drape your bacon 5 or 6 pieces around it, and put it in the microwave and cook the bacon, and then pull it out, and then the grease falls down in the tray. Pull it out, pull your bacon off, and then you pour off the excess oils and grease into a container, and there you go. So bacon baker. So there's one. And it looks like I have blue ones. There is another. This is agate. That the color I was talking about, agate. But anyways, there's another one. And this one's a little different color, but it's a different blue actually. That's interesting. But again, pretty straightforward. Have to take that off that silk later. And oh, here's a purple. Is that purple? No, it's actually a navy blue, dark navy blue. So, again. All right. And we have, in here we have another berry bowl. Try to get some designs or something in them. I'm thinking about start doing some slip trailing and things like that on them as well. And of course, it's got the base that goes with it. And we have some more of the Mugley Coffee Mugs in this one. This, I believe, is the oatmeal that I just mixed, and it turned out quite nice, I believe. So, and another one. It's also that oatmeal. And here we have a dusty rose. Turned out pretty good. And another blue one. And a navy blue. That got a spot on it. Gonna have to refire on that one, but that's it turned out pretty nice actually. And here is that dusty or that warm green color on this one. This is pretty heavy on the glaze. Turned out pretty good. Got one, have to do a little grinding right there. It didn't actually go to the kill shelf, but it dripped down because that one's a bit heavy, without a doubt. Here I've got another tea bowl and another tea bowl, or espresso mugs. And pull these out. This is some of the plates that go under tea bowls. I'm sorry, under the berry bowls. And another one. Actually, I had some purple berry bowls before. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and pull these shells out. Take a look at what's at the bottom. Okay, here what we have are basically chili bowls or soup bowls or whatever, and they're similar, like a cauldron shape. But anyways, soup bowls, chili bowls, and those. It's actually black, different colors on the inside. I believe these two, well, I say black, it's very, very dark. So turned out quite nice actually. We got one with this glaze on the inside. On this one is actually a Albany slip glaze that I make, and that turned out very, very nice on that one. Another one with the Albany slip glaze on the inside, and then the black on the outside. Now, here's one. Black on the outside. This one has what I was calling that cream. And on the inside, it's that cream color. And as it flowed over the black, that turned out quite nice. This one actually is interesting as well. This is black on the outside, and on the inside it's got that warm green, and you can see where it flowed down over the black on the outside. Turned out quite nice. More of this is black on the black. And another one with the green, warm green on the inside, and as it flows down over the black, again, that turned out quite nice. And another one of these right here, and this one's got the cream color on the inside, and then the black, and it flowed over. Then on the bottom shelf, more Mugley Coffee Mugs. Here is one, Dusty Rose. This is a white base glaze. Again, it's a bit transparent glaze. This is another mix I've got. Another one of the Dusty Rose. This one I'll have to check and see which color that is. I'm not exactly sure, but I believe it's a light tan. This actually comes from, I believe, Albany Slip on this one. Actually, Albany Slip is no longer mine, but I happen to have about 80 pounds left over. I think they quit mining back in 1980, 85, 86, sometime in that time frame. Here's a purple. Turned out pretty nice. I think you can see it in the sun, hopefully. Another one with a Albany brown. And two more of the chili bowls. Soup bowl, chili bowl, whichever. And I've got a couple more. Dark blue, very dark blue, and a little darker blue than I was looking for, but it is quite dark blue. Another of the coffee mugs. And another of the tea bowl. And one more mug. Again, it's Mugley coffee mug. This, I believe, is that a brown that I made, and it is turned out brown. So, anyways, that is it for this load. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I get another one in the next couple of weeks loaded up, and we'll open another kiln soon. All right, thank you very much.